Hello everyone, welcome to Innobuzz Knowledge Solutions. First of all, let me thank you for visiting our website. I'm Atul and I'm going to introduce a course called Certified Information Security Expert. Let's learn a bit about our company. We are a privately owned Indian company and we are based out of New Delhi, India. We have grown from an information security startup in 2007 to a multinational company. We have worldwide presence and we are present in Nigeria, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Kuwait, among other countries. We are partners with Microsoft, AVG, IBM. We have trained over 12,000 students globally. We have presence in 20 countries, more than 20 countries, via distance learning programs and classroom training programs. We have centers across the India, with including cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Pune, and Hyderabad. We have made significant clients like Government of India, FICCI, Coal Telecom, Fidelity, DLF, IBM, Microsoft, etc. We have partnered and conducted training programs for IIT Delhi, most of the IITs in fact, FMS, Delhi College of Engineering, and other important colleges throughout the country and abroad. Now, this course, Certified Information Security Expert, is an information security and ethical hacking based course. First of all, the question arises, why do you need this course? Online security breaches are increasing at a very fast pace and experts are needed to tackle these. You must be reading in the newspapers, there have been attacks on information security infrastructure of the country, as well as corporate espionage is a major problem. Add to that some problems of cyber crime and other variants of this information security problems, and there you have the need for information security training. People are needed to understand the aspects and the details of information security so that they can effectively tackle those. This program, CISE level version 1, CISE level 1 version 2.0, is a certification. It's one of the most recognized certifications on information security and ethical hacking. This program covers all the important aspects of information security and ethical hacking, and then thus it enables you to become an information security expert. The prerequisites of this program, which means the knowledge that you should have before taking this program, is just basic understanding about computers and networking. We'll take ahead from this knowledge. We will ensure that you will be understanding everything right from the beginning. We've designed the course in such a manner that you will be basically understanding each and every concept before moving to the more advanced concept. Now, the program highlights or the certification benefits. This course includes a certification, again, which is CISE, and is one of the premier most certification in information security industry. It covers both the sides of coins. There are many security programs out there which are focusing on corely on information security. But our belief is that if you want to learn information security, you have to learn the offensive security as well. So that's why we have designed the program in such a manner that you will learn both the sides of the coin. This training program is a hands-on program with over 150 practicals covered with live demonstration. We will be doing everything in front of you. It's not just that we'll be handing out slides or we'll be just showing you the slides. We will be doing every aspect so that you can understand the intricacies of an attack or defending an attack. Now, this course is created by leading security professionals from IIT Delhi and JHU, Maryland. After the end of the each day, we give assignments and research projects so that the knowledge we've learned in the program gets more advanced, and you can research on that. You can go back and search on Google on that, and you can do your own practicals on your own laptop. So this is why the program is research oriented and practical oriented. Now, this program is again industry endorsed, which means that this program has been designed keeping in mind the current needs of the industry, and this program is constantly reviewing, and it's a very dynamic program. We are updating this program. We are including the latest attack vectors, the latest upcomings, the latest news in information security, so that you keep yourself up to date. And when you are completed with this information security certification, you are ready for the industry. Training features. Now, training content is completely made with full audio, video, and demonstration. This training program covers presentations, real-life case studies, extensive live practical demonstrations. We cover intensive hacking and counter-hacking hands-on demonstration component. This is very important concept, and if you go for any training program, you should really look for this feature. Now, at the end of this training program, we get assignments to do research and development. Now, this training fees covers the cost of the course fare. Now, the courseware contains a DVD kit which includes 4 DVDs, which includes all the tools, scripts, programs, software which will be required during the course of the training. So even if you are based out of a rural area where you don't really have internet connectivity, you can really use this program. Although some of the programs and attacks do require internet connection, but we'll also guide you how to emulate internet or networking in a virtualized environment. We also provide you an operating system, which is basically a customized version of a backtrack, and tools which have been developed by a core technical team. We focus on practical solutions and real world development problems. At the end, we have an online practical CISE level 1 examination, unlike other certification programs which have a multiple choice questions based approach. We have an online lab based training, lab based examination, which basically would ensure that you really understand each of the concept, and the certification which will be awarded to people who bypass or who capture the flag after the examination. Okay, now I'm just basically giving you an overview about the training module. This, as you can see on the screen, this course covers approximately 32 chapters, and from chapter 1 to 32 we are covering right from the basic to very advanced topics in information security. The first chapter is introduction, and in introduction we generally just cover the basic fundamentals of information security. We acquaint you with the basic terminologies which are needed to understand the course further. The chapter second would be dealing with networking basics. We'll be telling you about virtualization, how VMware works, how to set up your own labs so that you can practice. We will be telling about the protocols which you need, and rest of the things. Now the chapter 3 deals with footprinting. Footprinting is information gathering. This is a very important step, and before the start of any penetration testing exercise, or for that matter any attack, you need to really know about the target. For that we do footprinting. Now, chapter 4 is Google hacking. In this we are not really hacking Google, but we are using Google to do some advanced searches. Advanced searches could be searches which really help in footprinting, or they could even be giving you access to some of the internal documents which should be internal but which have been put on the internet. So you can search with special syntax and retrieve those. So this is a very important part. This is basically this complements the footprinting part. Now the chapter 5th, which is scanning, is important. It's very important, again as important as footprinting is, because scanning really gives you the list of the DNS servers, list of the IP addresses, list of the zone records, list of the ports open on the server, which basically tells you about the which enables you to understand which environment are you basically working on. This is an interactive thing, it's not passive. It normally is an interactive thing in which you we talk to the target and you really enumerate the things. That is what scanning is. Then we go on to Linux hacking and Windows hacking, which is chapter 6 and 7. In this, as you might expect, we focus on some of the tools, some of the methods to bypass authentication, to bypass to run keyloggers and other things. So Windows hacking and Linux hackings are these platform specific things on which we basically work. Now chapter 8 is Trojans and backdoors. Trojans and backdoors are the as you will see, Trojans are the programs which actually can send data across to any other attacker without your knowledge. So that is a Trojan. It's like a backdoor which is sitting on a system and giving an entry to the attacker whenever he wants. So your computer is totally owned by him, in the sense that he can see your key logs, he can view your screen, he can get the files and everything. That's what keyloggers is about, or the Trojan is about. Keylogger is a module of the Trojan. Then we talk about viruses and worms. Viruses and worms, as you must have seen, that these are destructive programs. Viruses are programs. You don't really see viruses nowadays, because nowadays the the threat landscape has moved on to malware oriented, because malwares are for profit. I mean, not more for fun, So they have moved from the fun part to the profit part now. Every malware is trying to steal your bank details and other interesting things, such as your Facebook accounts, your Gmail accounts, so to spam further. But this is basically what the landscape has moved on to. But now viruses, we'll be studying some of the viruses, how viruses are created, how to create viruses, and similarly about worms. Worms are self-replicating code, pieces of code which replicate with use of an exploit or social engineering tactics. Now chapter 10th will be dealing with proxy servers and packet filtering. Proxy servers are really important. Some of you who are from colleges, you must have seen that your university's internet or your college internet is routed by a proxy server. Proxy server is a intermediary system, through which your request and responses to the internet, of course, gets intercepted, or they could be transferred in plain sight. So these servers are basically responsible for caching, for load balancing, and sometimes for content filtering. So this is the chapter which will be dealing in these topics, and we'll be seeing how to bypass them, how to bypass some of the restrictions which you have. Apart from that, we'll be focusing on how to configuring these proxy servers. Now chapter 11th deals with an attack which is called denial of service. Now denial of service attacks as the name suggests. It means that you are actually restricting the availability of a service. I mean, it is in violation of the CIA triad, in which it really disrupts the availability factor. So that's what denial of service or DOS attacks are about. Now there's another variant which is called DDoS, or distributed denial of service attacks. These attacks are similar in nature to DOS attacks, but work on a different medium altogether, and they're very hard to block. So we'll be studying about DOS and DDoS attacks in this particular module. Now chapter 12 deals with sniffers. Sniffers are pieces of sniffers are programs rather, which actually deal with how to sniff contact, or how to sniff, or how to gather packets out of the network. I mean, it could be in normally is in a wired network, in which you actually can listen to the packets flowing through the network, and the various type of attacks which are possible through sniffing. Now that is about sniffing. Now social engineering is the chapter 13th. Social engineering, as the name suggests, it deals with the social or the human aspect, and it is a very, very important concept if you want to really get a career, or if you want to master information security, or for that matter ethical hacking. So social engineering deals with manipulating people for your objectives. Now move on to physical security, which is not a technical aspect, but it is a very important aspect, because if you have printed your passwords, or if you have put your passwords in on the front of your computers or monitors, it's very important to know that these are unsafe, because if any attacker via means of social engineering gets an access to your office space, and he sees these passwords lying around, he sees the policy papers lying around, so it can be a information security breach. So that's why physical security is very important as well. Now we move on to chapter 15, which is steganography. Steganography is the art of hiding data into images and videos, or for that matter any piece of information which might seem benign. So this is what steganography is about. We will be learning how to perform a steganography and how to detect steganography by using some of the common tools and algorithms which are available. Chapter 16th is on cryptography. Now cryptography is it's similar to steganography, but it is basically converting readable information or understandable information into gibberish. So that's what cryptography is about. It includes a variety of components such as encryption, decryption, hashing, and other things. In cryptography, we will be learning about SSL, TrueCrypt, PKI infrastructure, symmetric cryptography, block ciphers, and everything. So that's what cryptography is about. Chapter 17th deals with wireless hacking. In wireless hacking, we are looking at Wi-Fi attacks, the various Wi-Fi attacks which are there. We will be looking at WEP, WPA, WPA2, and the other protection schemes or the encryption schemes for Wi-Fi, and we will be looking at how to implement those and how to crack those. Now, in chapter 18th, we are looking at firewalls and honeypots. Firewalls are they can be software, they could be hardware. The main aim of firewalls is to protect your network from incoming attacks. So that's what firewalls are about. We'll be studying how to bypass firewalls, how to implement firewalls, how to set rules on firewalls, and all those concepts which enable one to deal with firewalls and understand firewalls. Now we would be looking at honeypots. Honeypots are fake networks or traps which mostly they go line in line with firewalls, as they are able to provide a fake network or a fake computer as a target. So any incoming attack would be directed to the honeypot, and the attacker would be in a position that he would be thinking that the attack went successfully, but rather the thing is that it went into honeypot, and in the honeypot the attack was recorded, and it could be replayed at a later time by the network analyst, just to see where the attack came from and what are the components of the attack, so to understand the attacker better. That's what firewalls and honeypots is about. Now in chapter 19 we are looking at IDS and IPS. These are intrusion detection systems and intrusion prevention systems. IDS, as the name suggests, it basically detects the systems and alerts the network administrator. It looks for incoming exploits, be it in terms of browser based exploits or network based exploits. On the other hand, IPS includes IDS completely, and it also tries to restrict the attack. They are mostly signature based, but nowadays you have the heuristic based IDS and IPS solutions available in the market. Chapter 20th and 21st deal with the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, commonly known as VAPT. This is a very, very important chapter if you are looking at building your career in field of information security. VAPT is a common activity which is conducted by an organization to see its security posture. So it's very important, and VA vulnerability assessment normally means just testing the network from a broad perspective, just to see what the posture of the organization is. We don't really go in and exploit the vulnerabilities if you find them. But in penetration testing, the main aim is to achieve a goal which is achievable after actually doing an attack. So that is about penetration testing. Chapter 22nd is session hijacking. We'll be looking at how to hijack network sessions and replay them. In chapter 23rd, we'll be looking at hacking web servers. Now, hacking web servers, as the name suggests, we'll be looking at various web servers, setting up of web servers such as Apache, IIS, and how to exploit those. In this chapter, we are not looking at application-based, web application-based vulnerabilities. We are looking at the vulnerabilities which are there at the web server level, such as Apache exploits, IIS exploits, Tomcat exploits, IBM server exploits, and other common web applications, common web servers. Now, chapter 22nd, which is SQL injection, will take you towards exploiting vulnerabilities based on middleware language, which is called SQL. SQL is a language which is used to interact with databases, structured query language. It is a very SQL injection attack. This attack is a very prevalent attack, and it has been there for more than 15 years now. But still, as of now, as the time of speaking, it is one of the major reasons why web applications get hacked, and using SQL injections you could escalate the attack into compromising the whole server. So this is a very critical vulnerability, as identified by OWASP to be the top first vulnerability in this list. So SQL injection is really important to understand. We'll be looking at all the types of SQL injection. We'll be looking at blind SQL injections. We'll be looking at how to prevent SQL injections. We'll be looking at sanitizing of information, escaping the information, and the related concepts. Then we move on to chapter 25th, which is cross-site scripting. Again, cross-site scripting is a very important vulnerability. This vulnerability, is often considered to not be a very critical vulnerability, but as OWASP ranks this as the top second vulnerability, which is prevalent on web applications. It's a very important vulnerability. Using this vulnerability, our attacker is able to inject arbitrary code in the web application. Either he could do it temporarily, or he could do it permanently. Then using this injection, he can achieve session stealing, or he could deliver malware, or he could render phishing pages in the actual domain. So that's a very important concept to understand. We'll be looking at how to do cross-site scripting attacks, how to detect these, how to patch these, and the related concepts. Now we move on to chapter 26, which is on exploit writing. Exploit writing is the art of, basically chapter 26 and 22nd go hand in hand. First, we learn about what are exploits and exploit writing. Then we move on to identifying buffer overflow exploits along with it. So these exploits are, you must have heard about the conflict worm. Conflict worm utilized an attack which was MS08067 or the net API attack, which is a very common attack in the in most of the training program, because it was the attack which was symbolic of a great mass spread. So this attack, which is of a buffer overflow, we'll be studying about these concepts. We'll be learning how to detect these attacks. We'll be learning the concepts of buffers and how overflows happen. The name buffer overflow is indicative. We'll be learning about buffer overflows, buffer underruns, stack overflows, on all these related concepts, and then we'll be moving on to exploit writing, with which we'll be able to utilize this newly learned language, newly learned knowledge in buffer overflows to write a fully weaponized exploit. So we'll be moving on to that. Then we move on to reverse engineering, which is the art or the skill of reversing the applications. Reversing the applications, which means reversing the compiled code. We will be looking at how to decompile the code, or how to step inside the code using debuggers and disassemblers. This reverse engineering concept is very important, because it is it's the building block in malware analysis, the static malware analysis part, and also to crack and test the security of many protection schemes. So we will be learning about reverse engineering, both disassembling, debugging, and decompiling. Then we move on to the next chapter, which is chapter 29th, email hacking. Email hacking is the art of hacking is not the art exactly. It covers the techniques and tools, to basically do email hacking. So email hacking would be covering phishing, it would be covering Trojan attacks, it would be covering keylogs, it would be covering some web application attacks, and the related things in email hacking. And email spoofing, detecting how email is spoofed, tracing the emails. We'll be seeing the concept of web bugs and all these things in email hacking chapter. Then we move on to we will move on to chapter 30th, which is incident handling and response. Incident handling and response is a very important chapter for budding forensic enthusiasts. So in incident response, we actually see how to collect the evidence, how to uh, see how to detect whether the cyber attack was there, how to detect the presence of the malware on the system, and how to collect the samples and analyze those. So this includes a basic overview of malware analysis. This includes a basic overview of forensics, memory dumping, and all those related concepts. Now we move on to chapter 31st and 32nd, which are not related to computers directly, but then which are related to smartphones. We'll be looking at first chapter 31st will be taking you towards Bluetooth hacking. Bluetooth hacking will be looking at some attacks, blue snuffing, and other related concepts, which will be telling you about Bluetooth security. We'll be learning about the various Bluetooth profiles which are used to exchange the data or the exchange voice communications. So we'll be studying about Bluetooth stack and the related vulnerabilities which are there, which would be including attacks such as blue snuffing, etc. Then we move on to chapter 32nd, which is on mobile phone hacking. This is mostly a conceptual chapter in which you will be understanding how mobile phone works, what are the concepts of IMEI numbers, and how mobile spoofing happens, how to initiate spoofing calls or detect whether the call is being spoofed or the SMS is spoofed. So all those things we cover in the chapter mobile hacking. Now this is the course list that we offer. As you might have noticed, this is a very comprehensive course, and don't think that this course is 1 mile wide and 1 inch deep. We go in depth in every topic as the study material would be able to tell you. We go in depth in every topic, and we'll be covering demonstration on most of the things. Some chapters are for self-study, and we'll be explicitly marking them as those as self-study chapters, so that you can go online and research about those topics. Then now after doing this course, what are the opportunities that await you? Now first of all, before the opportunities, we have to talk about the examination, which is CISE level 1 version 2.0 certification exam. This examination is an online lab based examination, under which the exam is conducted under a live simulated examination environment. This is unlike most of the certifications that you will be seeing in information security. This examination is might be the one of the reasons you want to undertake this course. You will be presented with a live environment, a live simulated environment, in which you will be able to test your newly learned language, and you'll have to take down some targets, and in the course of taking down the targets, you will be awarded points, and you have to achieve the minimum qualifiable points to clear the examinations. So this does not really test your knowledge about test your bookish knowledge. In fact, this what it tests is how do you perform under stress, and with a limited timeline, how are you able to apply the concept. So it's an open book examination. You are free to refer your notes, you're free to refer your books, you're free to refer the internet, but the objective is to take down some targets in limited time. So that is what is a very unique feature of our certification program. Job opportunities after this particular course, which is CISE, are being working as an ethical hacker, who is basically a penetration tester. Now, network security system administrator. Even if you're not looking at information security as a full-time career, you really would benefit from this knowledge, because the recent trend has been that attacks are increasing at a very astonishing rate. We're basically increasing at an exponential rate. So if you have the knowledge, even if you're a web administrator, or you are information security or a network system security administrator, you would be gaining from these concepts. You will be knowing, you will be understanding about the attacks, you will be knowing the attacks as and when you see it, and you will be really complementing your information security and network security team. So even if you're not really looking to go into this industry as a sole career, but it really makes sense to undertake information security training if you are looking at network security or web administration. In fact, then we have the position of information security officers, which are dealing with the overview of the network, or more at the policy level. So those are also the opportunities which you can avail after this particular program. The course start and end date. This being an online course is completely flexible. You get a course fare in the forms of recorded videos, recorded sessions, and you have the flexibility to learn this course as and when you want. I mean, it's totally at your pace. After you come from your office, or probably after you take a break from your school or your college, you can really learn this course. It's at your own pace. You can pause it, you can replay it as many times as you want, and you will be having the best resources in a recorded manner, so that you can learn from it, replay it again, and clarify if anything is under doubt, and you can do that. And after that, we have an online examination in which we are bundling 2 attempts within a year of the registration date. So as and when you feel that you are through with the concepts of the material which is provided in the course, you can take the online examinations, and you are given 2 attempts. So in case the first attempt doesn't go well, you really do it in a hurry or something, so you can really take the second attempt and clarify and clear the examination. Now the course material. In the course material, we offer you a DVD, we offer you a reference guide, we offer you videos with examples, and we offer you all the tools which are there. So it's a comprehensive set. You don't really need to go online and search for the individual tools which we show in the videos, or you don't have to look for individual scripts. We are packaging everything in a properly organized DVD, so you can really cut down that time in searching and downloading the tools from the internet. So it's a really very effective medium of learning. Then registration and payments, we have multiple options. We have online payment options in which you can go to our website and pay via PayPal, or you can also use a credit or debit cards. You can pay by check, or finally you can pay by cash also. The support after the during the program, you might have some doubts which you don't really find the clarification, for which you don't find the clarification in the videos. For that, you can take our online and offline sales, and we give you pre-sale support, which means you can clarify everything before you join this course, so you are sure that this course meets expectations. So you can clarify each and every concept during the pre-sale support period. Now once you register for the course, you can actually go for phone support on toll-free number. You can call up and you can speak directly to our technical staff, and you can clarify your doubts. Otherwise, you can also go to the technical support team online. They are based out of discussion boards, and you can email the doubts and queries with the appropriate information on which you're getting stuck at. So they will be more than glad to assist you on the same. Finally, we thank you for spending so much time in listening to me and going about this video. Please feel free to email any queries at info@innobuzz.in. This is our email on which you can direct any queries or anything which you feel hasn't been answered in this video. And finally, thank you.